My audio is officially started.
So you can choose whether to clap. You can choose whether to clap or say butts. Both are acceptable.
Can we do both at the same time?
Yeah, you can do both at the same time if you want to. This is a free world. Do whatever you wish.
Okay.
All right. So I will count from 3 down to 1 and then clap.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Butts.
Oh no.
We
A little
did
late
it.
there.
There's a bit of Discord lag. It's always a little bit delayed, so don't worry about that. I take that in
We're
account.
synced up mostly.
Once
Everything's
more.
fine.
3, 2, 1. Butts.
Butts.
But
Oh,
That was good. That was good.
one more time. 3, 2, 1. Butts.
Butts.
oh, was I supposed to restart this?
Oh, you just keep rolling. You just keep
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
the recording. So everyone's kept rolling the recording. They haven't stopped it or anything.
1, 2, 3 butts.
All good.
I'm rolling.
Okay,
I've
we're
been
rolling.
for about a minute. All right. Ready when you
Cool.
are.
And we're about to start. Cool. So,
Okay.
okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to RPG Maker Cola.
Hi there, and welcome to your favorite RPG Maker podcast, RPG Maker Cola. I'm your host Cash, also known as Cashmere Cat, also known as the Puzzle Snob, and this is the place for you. It's a chill space where we get together skills developers from the RPG Maker community to chat cordially and occasionally non-cordially about game development, game design, and probably a whole bunch of unrelated other stuff too. It's casual, it's cool, it's cola. But enough about fictional carbonated beverage lines. This week is very special in that our 4 guests are part of a team on a game called Hollow Project, or at least its demo that was made in a month for the 3rd McBacon Jam on RPGmaker.net. I believe it was 3 years ago. Our first guest is a chill guy who absolutely adores video games. Co-creator of the Interruption event special Bloom, a game focused on side quests made in RPG Maker VX Ace. Bound, a short dungeon crawler about a breakup in a fantasy world that's afraid of magic practices. Bright Future, a post-apocalyptic permadeath game in search of resources in order to survive in a world of unknown beginnings. What I appreciate about this developer is their ability to write strongly, deliver emotional story beats with aplomb, and deliver those sweet, sweet jokes. They have a wall filled with people's quotes, so you know that they really appreciate community. Co-creator of Hollow Project as well. Perhaps their project you may most be acquainted with is the brilliant Raised Are the Powerful. It's got just great writing all round. And I haven't written this part of the description, but it's GourdClae.
Hello.
Woo!
Hi, that is me.
Yay!
I haven't completed most of those, but that's okay. We won't tell anybody. Gordy is fine. GC Scent is also alright if it pleases you as well. Either way, I joined RMN in like 2011, which is a really, really long time. Or at least I feel like it's a long time. Although, probably Kentona's gonna hear this and he's probably like laughing at me for thinking that 9 years is a long time, but that's like half of my lifetime? That's like half of the time that I've been alive on this earth. I've been here that entire time.
Well, it's great to have you on board, and yeah, our second guest is the creator of a great many horror games, Dollarifica House, Gathering on Halloween Night to Summon, RMN Christmas Card 2017, and a whole bunch more. He employs surrealism and horror, using that and absurdist comedy to disarm you and just make you feel weird. He's a repeat guest because I just like him that much, and also co-creator of Hollow Project. It's Frogge.
Hi again, it's Frogge, and I am a game developer. I make games, and that's me. Love you guys.
Aww. Love you too.
Oh, that's very sweet. Our third guest creates worlds of visual delight. His games are often known for their cuteness overload, but also their free-roaming nature and atmospheric content. Most prominently, perhaps, is their game Hapup, which has been highly...
I've never heard it pronounced that way. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, jeez.
What's the pronunciation of that?
It's Hapup, like happy puppy. It's Hapup.
No, it's like
Okay.
happy.
Happy Poop. I had trouble with it on Frogge's podcast as well,
that caught
my
me
bad.
so off guard. I apologize.
Oh my goodness.
Most prominently, perhaps, is their game Hapup, which has been highly anticipated as a game with innovative mechanics, lush world, and just a whole lot of charm, communicated in a largely wordless fashion. And co-creator of Hollow Project, it's the one and only Punkitt.
Woo! Thanks for having me. Those really nice words. I am an amateur game developer. I've only finished a couple small projects, but I've been working in RPG Maker since I was like 10, I think, with like a bootleg copy of 2003.
Ugh, big mood.
Yeah, I've always really enjoyed working with RPG Maker, and I joined the RMN community like in 9th grade, which would have been like 4-ish years ago, I think. 5 maybe. So yeah. I have 7 cats and 3 dogs, so there's that. So my love of animals is pretty evident.
You have too many. Give me some right now.
Just give some pets. Need more pets. Lastly but not leastly, this game designer and spriter is ultra talented. Author of Shadows of Tylon, the story of Taylor who sets out on a quest to discover lost memories, co-creator on Lost Dreams: The Last Magus with a very close collaborator and brother, your own Soul, who is also a guest on this podcast, and co-creator of Hollow Project. It's Bart Soul.
Hi, I'm Bart. Yeah, nice to be here. Thanks for having me. All of the games mentioned just now are all unfinished and not likely to be finished ever. But yeah, I just enjoy coming up with games, game ideas, stuff like that. Yeah.
It's okay, Bert. We won't tell anyone about your unfinished games either.
Yeah, no, none of us have any unfinished games.
Nobody.
It's just you, so
Not a one.
you're alone in this.
I have no finished games, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are like the silence parts that I cut out of the podcast.
Yeah, that's totally
Yeah,
understandable.
but so
See, I figured that the silence parts existed somewhere.
yeah, they're definitely there. I'm not a professional host by any means, so we are going to transition to our next segment, which is called the Buzz Corner. Here we talk about what RPG Maker games we think are deserving of attention or gaining. Wow, I'll say that again. We're going to talk about which RPG Maker games we think are deserving of attention or gaining buzz at the moment. I am going to bring today a game called Jello and the Valley of Duh by one of my friend developers, Lavender Siren.
Oh, this looks so cute.
This game stars Jello Purin as a shiny Jigglypuff with not that much going on, but wants to have a good adventure, and introduces the world of Lodoran, a world where Pokemon live peacefully in towns and villages together, and there's also humans and other assorted, more feral creatures to be found, but it was created in such a kind of, well, it was a game created for the Revive the Dead event on RPGmaker.net, which means it was a game that was in stasis for a long time and was brought back to life. I quite like that event, but this game is really colourful. I love Lavender Siren's art, and just kind of creates a Pokemon fan game where it's just Pokemon living alongside humans. I just love that concept. And I know that Lavender Siren is also a very solid developer that creates really full experiences, if there's a better way to say that. I'm not sure. But just like decent game experiences that feel like you've had an adventure. And I'm really looking forward to playing this one.
Can I just say, I really appreciate that Lavender's making a fan game. Because I really would love to play a Pokemon fan game.
Yeah, I've been missing out on fan games. I've played like Cognitive Dissonance, like the Earthbound one, and like that's it. And I want more. Like...
Yeah, like I love fan games, and I feel like they get like a bad reputation or something. But like,
yeah,
go for it. Make what you want to make.
Yeah, like you got a passion for it, like go for it. And it's also like a fun way to like cultivate your skills. Like if you're not like, you know, a professional game developer, like making a fan game where like some of the basics are already laid out for you, like that's really cool.
Besides, like, if Nintendo's not going to give us another good Pokemon game, might as well do it yourself.
Okay, so I unfortunately haven't played this one, so I can't give it a massive recommendation yet. However, I've been seeing it go around, and I've been wanting to play it, and I like just downloaded it as the podcast started. So it's Where the Moon Goes at Night by 16-Bit King, if I'm correct. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, so 16-Bit King has actually been on the starman.net forums, which is also where I post, so I know a lot of people there. And they've been really supportive. They've dropped by and like talked about projects, and they've been really nice about it. So I don't unfortunately know them, but they've been very nice whenever I've like seen them, and they've been very supportive. So I appreciate you, 16-Bit King. And it is a game made in RPG Maker 2003, which I always have mad respect for because that's the only engine that I use.
Yeah.
So anybody who builds a whole game out of that, I have a lot of respect and renown for, basically. And it looks to be like a super interesting game that's like Earthbound inspired and like Space Funeral inspired, which is always a fun thing to like see that inspiration in. And it looks like it has entirely custom art too, which looks like it takes advantage of RPG Maker 2003's like resolution, which I really appreciate. Like, I think that's one of the really cool aspects about 2003 is that you're kind of forced to make like a SNES style game, and this one looks like it accomplished that like really well. And all the character art looks super charming and like distinctly weird, and I'm just a big fan of it. And the cover art was made by my acquaintance Kobesoft. I know them, and they're super cool. So yeah.
I was just about to say something about the cover art.
It's like clay, like made of. It's like a clay style thing, isn't it? It's like
Yeah. Kobesoft is making a visual novel with like all sorts of like weird visual elements. It's so cool looking. I wish I knew the name.
It's super cool. It looks
yeah.
like clay and like some like digital design and like picture. It's really cool.
It kind of looks like they like drew clay with crayon, which is a weird way of saying
yeah.
it. But,
yeah.
No, absolutely.
It's really cool looking. Anyway, that's my recommendation. I'm pretty sure it's free.
Your recommendation is free as well, isn't it? You got that one for free.
Cool.
Yeah. I look like at the screenshots, it looks really charming. I don't like just comparing everything to Earthbound, but I am going to. Like, it's definitely Earthbound-esque because it's got like the diagonal walls. It looks like it's like might be 8-directional movement, and just like the like bullet pointed message boxes, and but like in a way that also feels fresh. It doesn't look like completely like it's ripped off. You know, it's quite its own distinct visual style, and it's really like I love the vibe to it as well. It's distinctly its own thing.
Mm-hmm. It also said like in the description that it was Earthbound inspired, so I'm not like just pulling that out of nowhere.
Yeah. And it looks like in the description it says also inspired by Off and Owl Oni, so it's got some definite kind of horror game like influences in there as well. Yeah.
The character design is so cool looking.
I love that.
All right, so that's my rec. We can move on.
Yeah.
Wait, but real quick, there was like a monster design in there that was super cute looking.
Should I jump in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to mention that.
Okay, yeah, we'll move on to someone else's recommendation.
Yeah, okay, so I want to recommend Grimm's Hollow, which I actually have played. It got featured on RMN at the moment, and I think it's well deserved, honestly. It's very good. It's very interesting visually. The style is super adorable, and interestingly, kind of reminds me of like Hollow Knight, which is the other game I'm playing right now, but it's like Hollow Knight if it was completely purple, and also super cute, and honestly super charming too. I just really love the way it looks, and it's not even just the way it looks. The battles are great. The writing is excellent. It's lighthearted and fun. I just really think it's pretty good, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it looks really well polished. I think, I've had a look at this one before. I love, like, it's got a similar kind of horror, but with, like, a comedic, lighthearted overtone to it, which is just, like, yeah. And again, like, its pixel art is amazing.
Exactly.
I love... Also another 2K3 game, which I really appreciate.
Absolutely.
You're going to notice that about me. I'm always big on, like, supporting 2K3 developers.
Yeah.
It looks super charming. I love the use of like purple and like the tones that they're using in the sprite art.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been able to play it, unfortunately. It's been on my list, but it looks so interesting, and they did a lot of fun stuff with the graphics, which I know feels like shallow to comment on, but like they're really good looking, and that's kind of all I have right now. So, but it looks super charming.
Gosh, Punkitt, you're supposed to play all the games, you know?
I'm sorry. I haven't been on RMN for a while.
Yeah, you're supposed to play all the games for us so you can tell us what they're like, you know? we not that I've played a game in a while. Yeah.
College is hard. I can't play as many video games as I want.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not very active on RMN, but one game recently caught my eye. It's not out yet. It's called Harmonic Odyssey. It has some really lovely art, and yeah, it just looks like a nice mix of RPG and bit of visual novel, and there appear to be some rhythm game elements in it. So yeah, it looks really intriguing, and the art is nice. So
that part looks really exciting to me, the rhythm game part of it.
Yeah, it's a nice, refreshing thing. You don't see it very often. I
Yeah, for
think,
sure.
in most RPG Maker games.
Well, definitely not. I mean, you know, I know one game that's doing it. That's Acre. That's by Old Pat, and it looks interesting. But this game like has you remember that game Brutal Legend with Jack Black?
Oh yeah,
It has that kind of vibed with me.
What's the game called again?
Harmonic Odyssey. It's made in RPG Maker, is that correct?
Yes, in MV.
Wow.
Oh, this looks slick. This is so cool looking.
Yeah.
And it's planned to release on the 12th of December, so pretty soon.
Whoever made this is not okay. Like, how do you make a rhythm game in an RPG Maker engine?
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to rip your face off every day.
You sell your soul to the devil, that's how.
I feel so much sympathy.
It's got so much attitude. Like there's electric guitars and drums and like like fur coats and like crop tops.
Yeah, it just looks amazing. And
This looks so sick. This kind of has like a early 2000s like flash game vibe, but like really polished.
Oh, definitely. I got like you know Adventure Quest vibes and stuff from that.
Yeah. God, that's so good looking.
Okay, so the one I wanted to bring up was Exile's Journey. It was made by Death Metal, Dethmetal. It's a dark fantasy RPG. It looks really pretty, by the way, but that's not like really what was interesting about it. What was interesting is like you can finish the dungeons in any order that you want, and the whole open world thing is like a very fun idea to me, even though I've never made an open world game. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of RPG Maker 2003 games happening up in here.
Yeah, the 2K free love here makes me so happy, honestly. It's so underrated right now.
Punkitt's in heaven right now.
I am. Not gonna lie. I've been using RPG Maker like as my very first thing ever, like 2003. So
Yeah.
I think that
like,
was the first one I picked up too.
Yeah, so seeing people like use it like this day and age, I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah, this game Exile's Journey just seems like it's been in development since 2011, so it's been in development for like 8 years, and
yeah, it's like a product of love.
Yeah, because it's like it's not really like it doesn't seem to be the flashy kind of draws it in with amazing like promotional graphics, and it just has like this is what it is. It's got 10 plus hours of gameplay, and I just look at that, I'm like, how do you do that? And then yeah, and it's just got like massively kind of like intricate designs of castles and stuff. It's interesting. The
mapping looks really good on it. Like the dungeon maps, they look like they've had like a lot of thought put into them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I have to check all of these out now.
yeah. Dang it. I mean, I can only play a certain amount of games, so I've only got limited time to play games. So don't make me play all your games because they all look great.
Play the game. Yeah. Play the game.
Dang it. Okay, I'm just going to use all my life playing every game in existence.
Do it.
No. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next segment, we have been playing games. Maybe? This is just the segment where we bring games that we've been playing in general that we like or dislike, and what we think about them. My game is Divinity 2, Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a cooperative. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it's a game that is usually played in single player. Let me start that again.
Go for it.
Divinity Original Sin 2 is a game that can be played in single player, but I've been playing it as a multiplayer experience with 3 other friends in a party. It feels a lot like Dungeons & Dragons. It's a game where you can pursue your own story threads, and you have character-specific stories that you can pursue in real time. And when a person joins a combat, you can join their combat, or you can leave it whenever you like, just depending on how the game restricts you. And it's very similar to D&D, where you have like turn-based combat. You get to see where other people are moving on, a grid map, and then attacking and gaining levels and doing their own quests and stuff. But it's all within this world that kind of leads you on a cooperative journey. So it's the game that I've played, the video game that I've played, that feels the most like Dungeons and Dragons, and it's just really awesome. I love it, and I'm a little bit hooked. I can't wait to play it again. Please help me. I am sinking.
Sounds like you're being held hostage. I think I've actually played the game. There's like a character creator, and like one of the options is like a skeleton lizard or something like that?
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely played it.
There's races, and they've got their own stories, and if you choose one of the pre-created characters, it'll have its own story with like voice acting and stuff in there as well.
Oh, wow.
But if you create your own character, then obviously they won't be able to say your name and stuff. We haven't got there yet, but
of course.
That's such a cool way to do that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I remember it was
It's
really overwhelming with the character creator, because I'm just like, there are so many options. How am I going to be playing this game? And all of these options are going to come into play somehow?
Yeah, it's so in depth. If you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, it's pretty much almost one for one when it comes to. Well, I don't know if the spells and everything are the same. I think they might be different, but it's it's definitely very reminiscent of Dungeons and Dragons. You can steal from people, and if you're successful, then you get it. But if you're unsuccessful, then that has consequences. And you can do all this in real time, alongside each other. It's great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. I've been getting more into D&D recently, so the games that channel that exact energy it has is super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I always want to get into D&D, but I don't know. There's something about it. I just can't focus, unfortunately.
No. Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Maybe it's your DM. Who knows?
Don't say that. My DM's my friend.
One of my best friends DM'd, and he was just, I love him, but he was really bad at it.
No.
And I only learned to love Dungeons and Dragons after I got a different DM, who's also a good friend. So it's just it depends,
Just don't get me in trouble, Punkitt.
What?
Just don't get me in trouble, Punkitt.
Oh.
Well, if they end up listening to this podcast, then they're going to know the truth. So let's put it out there.
The one who would listen is the one who is good, so you know who you are.
Okay. Well, they'll probably both think that now.
Oh no.
Punky, you're making a mess here.
Oh no.
Let's go to our next game. Let's just
Let's
mitigate that risk,
Mm-hmm. I can go again if y'all want.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. So the one I've been playing again is You May
Do
Nikki.
we? There was a long silence there. I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh, you must have dropped out.
Frogge? Are you here?
We were talking about you. We were shooting the crap
Hello?
about you, Frogge.
Yeah, we were talking. Okay. All right. So
Guess
the
I'm
game
not
that
the
I've
only
been
one with
playing.
connection issues.
Wow.
The game that I've been playing is Yume Nikki. If you guys don't know about it, it's one of the most popular RPG Maker games out there. It was made in 2003, as far as I'm aware. And you play as a little girl who is like a hikikomori, I think that's how you say it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Who stays inside of her house all day and you can't go outside. So the only real option is to either play like a Famicom game or go to sleep and dream. And you explore all of these like super surreal dream worlds that have kind of like a dark, sinister undertone to them, but they can also be like light and fluffy. And it's a really cool kind of like art piece game because there's no actual like gameplay. I don't think I guess I would call it the first walking sim, I suppose, or at least the first like indie walking sim, maybe. So yeah,
well, the prominent one because like, you know, there's a lot of blank fields in RPG Maker VXAs.
Yeah.
Those are technically walking sims, but you know, probably not as much effort put into it as Yume Nikki, of course.
Yeah, well, Yume Nikki came out in like 2004, I think. So
LSD Dream Emulator before it actually.
Yeah.
Probably the first actual walking simulator. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I realized my mistake and said like indie walking sim because I remember LSD Dream Simulator exists.
Was LSD an AAA title? I genuinely had no idea.
I think LSD is part of the title. Yeah.
Damn. Like some company sat down and made that. Wow. I expect games like these from like indie developers, but like coming from like a company is just so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Just kind of clarifying as well that this is the commercial version of Yume Nikki because there's two versions. There's the freeware version, and this was the commercial one. We actually talked about this on episode 1 of this podcast. But yeah, how did you find it?
Oh, well, I'm playing the freeware version actually.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing the
Yeah, he ain't gonna pay for the corporate swill.
Yeah, I don't want to buy the like reboot or whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy that one because it's just not my type of game. I'm playing the freeware Steam port, which is available to everybody who has Steam. You can go in there. It makes it so much more accessible than like downloading it off a wiki in a dark alley, you know?
That's where I get all my games, in a dark alley.
Yeah.
You know? They're just like,
you wouldn't believe what you have to go through to play the fan sequel. Oh my god. No.
Yeah, hey, you want some hep-hip? You want some of this hep-hip?
Yeah. Speaking of that, Yume Nikki and its fan sequel Yume Tuki, which is technically pronounced Yume Nikki since 2 is ni in Japanese. Anyway,
What?
yeah, actually really inspired Hap Up because it has such a unique like atmosphere to it. I got really enthralled by the idea of like, here's an environment that you can just kind of interact with. It doesn't need to make sense. You just kind of like figure out the odds and ends of it and like what you can do. And what it kind of means to the character that you're playing. And that was really, really inspiring to me. So I kind of took that mindset to start making Hap Up. So I'll talk about that more later when we get into it. But it's such a cornerstone of like indie RPG Maker horror for me that like I love that like to this day we still don't know exactly what happens in that game. Like they haven't ever clarified, and I kind of don't want them ever to. Like it's I think the mystery of the game itself is kind of part of the allure of it. So I'm hoping that stays preserved for the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Punk, I really think that you'd like the game that I'm playing right now.
Oh, really?
What's the game that you're playing right now?
It's a good segue.
Okay, I'll segue right now. So the game that I'm playing is by Kitty Horror Show. She's an indie game developer, but she's like more in the Twine and Unity game developing community. She makes horror games that are all about like exploring an environment, and they're really cool. Most of the horror of the games are like it's already happened in the past, and you're just walking around in the aftermath, and the only thing left is you, and maybe possibly the thing you're supposed to be afraid of. The games usually keep it ambiguous. They're really
That's so cool.
Yeah, they're really tasteful too. There's not really any jump scares. There's maybe like one across the 5 games of hers that I've talked about or played before. Anyway, the particular game that I played was Anatomy, and the whole concept is like you go back to your childhood home and it's really late in the night and there are these mysterious cassette tapes lying around and you play them, and as you go you get this sinking feeling that you've done something wrong. And it's punctuated by these grainy monologues that sound like audio essays about like the connection between houses and horror. I don't want to like spoil it, but like it's really good. Her games are awesome.
This This is so cool looking. Whoa, thanks for showing me this.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'd like it a lot, Punkitt.
Oh, Gurt, by the way, have you checked out Chirza, or Chirza, I think?
Yep, I played that.
It's from... Yeah, it was so good, dude. I think it's the only kitty horror show game I've played, but damn, that was horrifying. Like,
Yes, it's so scary.
I don't scare very easily, but Jesus, the atmosphere on it was so strong, and like, I completely support your sentiment on this. I think she's probably a great developer, or he is. They are. I don't know. I don't really know, but they have such a strong style, and the soundtrack was so good. So I'm completely supporting you on this one.
Does it have any kitties?
I I don't think so.
No.
If it has a kitty, it better survive.
No, the Chirza one, I think it's like in the desert, and like you
Yeah.
explore around like this big obsidian pyramid that like appeared like a few days ago or something like that. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sigil Valley looks super interesting.
Wow.
That one's okay.
Well, thanks for showing me this.
Yeah, it looks great. Awesome. We'll transition to another. Yeah, let's have another game.
Bart.
Burp.
Bart.
Right.
Bart.
Real quick, I didn't catch which one Frogge was going to do because he's mentioned Hollow Knight a lot, and that's also basically the only game I've played recently.
Oh, it's okay.
So
I can find something else if you want to talk about Hollow Knight.
Or we can talk about it together or something. Or
Yeah, you can do that if you want. Yeah, you can share a game. I mean,
Isn't Hollow Knight what we named our game?
you're encroaching on another space there. See which game wins.
Oh wait, no, we named it Grimm's Hollow. That's what we named it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We
Yeah,
did Grimm's
yeah.
Hollow.
Hmm.
No, it's Cave Story.
You just have to choose which game you want to fight up against and see which one is like.
no,
it would-
we want to fight against all of them.
Yeah, if you ever, so you can call it Grimm's Hollow, Undertale, the game, Cave Story, the game, and then you have that all in one string, and then you can fight them all. And if your game is better than them, then their game just ceases to exist. So
Oh man, dude, if we took out Undertale, imagine the world we'd live in.
I don't know. I think you have a chance.
You know how like some games let you name the protagonist at the start? Our game is like that, except you name the game.
Yeah.
We should make that a feature.
Yeah, so you can either choose to like both talk about the same game, or Froge, you can choose another game to talk about because Bart has kind of just stole your shine there.
Sorry. The game I've been playing a lot recently, and I hear Frogge has been playing it a lot too, is Hollow Knight. It's a Metroidvania with some Souls-like aspects to it. It has a really nice atmosphere, and yeah, I just really love the game. I'm almost finished with it. Just need to get through the final boss.
Which game is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I'm probably about halfway into it as well, or something. I'm about 20 hours in. But it still looks like I've got so much to do. There's like a lot of areas I haven't unlocked yet, and it's a huge game, dude. Like, the map it just keeps going. Like, every time I feel like I've unlocked every area, I just walk into another one, and I'm like, oh my god, this is an entire new area.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
That's pretty impressive.
Hollow Knight, it's been a game that I've been wanting to play for a while. Described as an atmospheric adventure through a surreal, bug-infested world. Like, I watched the Donkey review as well, like video game Donkey, and it seems like everything is so well designed and like to the point where you've honed this Metroidvania like concept down to its just essential components. It just looks gorgeous as well. Like, the theme is incredible.
It definitely is. The art direction is like absolutely stunning. And like, I don't think this hasn't been said enough already. I just think it deserves to be said again, but this game is absolutely amazing. I think it was chosen as the best game of the year last year, but don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure if it was, but if it was, it definitely deserves it.
It's Frogge's game of the year last year. I think if I look it up, the Frogge Awards. Yep.
Punkitt.
Yeah.
What is that? Happy?
It's that poop.
Oh no!
Papa does not look happy to be happy at all. Oh my goodness, that face.
Oh, dear.
Punkitt.
All right, excellent time. Sorry.
Now, yeah, I might have to leave.
But it's fine. We got Punkitt. Punkitt can host the podcast. It's all good.
Yeah, I think you've broken your host, and now it's just time to. Yeah,
Rest in peace.
what
Rest
they've
in
done
peace.
is Punkitt has drawn a rather kind of cute but like crudely kind of skewed version of Hup Hup that has the caption Hapoop, and it's clearly mocking me and staring into my soul.
No, it's a celebration. It's not a mocking.
Yeah,
I
he's laughing
promise.
with you, Cash, not at you. Laughing with you.
Well, I mean, Punkitt might have had like the best intentions in creating it, but I feel the character itself is just staring me down and just, saying, "You need to leave. You need to be gone with me."
Oh no.
But no. Yeah, this is going to haunt my dreams. So our next segment is RPGmaker.net, our user submitted questions section. Our men ask questions we probably don't know the answers to, but we'll try. Yeah. Lavender Siren asks a question for Punkitt. In particular, how do you come up with such cute and charming things? Who do you look up to in the RPG Maker community, and how have they impacted your work?
Oh, thank you, Lavender. I really appreciate that. Are all three of those specific to me? I think.
Wait.
Actually, one of them's for you, the other two are for me. Specifically, actually...
Okay, all right. Well, I don't see your name there, but it's good.
Because, there's no way that people didn't specifically ask me a question.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay,
jealous,
well,
I'm just
answer the
saying.
first question. Yeah, how do you come up with such cute and charming things?
Okay. So, I guess for Hap Up, I take inspiration from simple things around me. Actually, I mean, I guess first of all, I'm kind of in tune with cute things. I really enjoy them, so I'm constantly drawing them. So I'm a really big fan of animals and pets and cute little things with tiny faces. Those are generally pretty cute. So I'm kind of surrounded by those at all times, just with what I enjoy. So but I like to think of what would be charming to run into, and sometimes that could either be a popsicle with eyes, with a dopey mouth, or just kind of a ball that rolls around and smiles at you, kind of weird abstract things that are just kind of happy. And sometimes it's just kind of I'm gonna go into my drawing program and doodle around until I find something that I like. And I'm saying a lot. I apologize. But for Hap Up, a lot of it is I'm going to noodle around with my drawing program until this shape that I made turns into something cute. Or I've got a really vivid image of what I want to do. I had a town that's still going to be in the final game made entirely of cubes with little grass sprouts on them. And that was made because I wanted to have a town themed around cubes. And so I thought, how do I make that cute? Just make the people like that. So... it's kind of just a natural process of all these things kind of coming together at once, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, Punkitt, don't tease me with your plans. When are you going to finish Hap Up?
Well, I had to restart development. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I don't know. Sounds like an excuse, but that's okay.
So this is a question for all of us. Who do you look up to in the RPG Maker community, and how have they impacted your work?
All of you guys. I'm being genuine here.
Oh, Punkitt, I'm crying.
The love is real.
I was just about to say Punkitt, and then like he said all of you.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely look up to like Punkitt. So
Not Gourd or
that's
Bart
interesting.
though. Obviously not looking up to you.
Yeah, I think the other two are kind of, just like feeling a little bit left out there.
No, I'm kidding. You guys are all great. I look up to you guys.
Yeah. Oh, Gord's officially crying.
I'm crying.
No, the reason I say that is because you three were the first people that I kind of like got to know on RPG Maker, and you all have such a involved process with the community. Like back when I was talking to you guys more frequently,
Right.
and I got to make a game with you, and I really look up to all you guys being like super nice, friendly people and involved with like RPG Maker and all these things. So yeah,
Guys, we're important to him. Ah!
Gosh!
Oh,
How
yeah.
do
So
I
that's who I
send
look up
a-
to.
Heart emoji in voice chat.
Punkitt, you're my hero.
Anyone else?
I really like Unity. Unity's great.
Oh, yeah, Unity's great.
Cause like I like aspire to make like just really fun games with a lot of LGBT characters, and Unity's out here doing it. So
Yeah.
that's definitely someone to look up to. She's also just so nice.
Aw, yeah. Maybe Libby, because she's always super nice to me whenever we talk. So.
Ooh, Liberty also. She's really good at writing. Have you played any of her games?
No, I've only like watched little bits of them, but whenever I've seen them, it's like, ooh, damn.
I don't. To be fair, I don't think she's completed a lot of games. Also, but
That's all right. I haven't, so.
I what she has completed is really good.
I'm going to, second that as well. Liberty is the runner of RPGmaker.net as well. And I also look up to Arkea as well as in the RPG Maker community, in the staff, just helping out. And, the job that she's done to to ease communication between the community and the staff and just, help out in tons of different ways is quite inspiring to me. And she's doing stuff like taking over Yanfly's scripts when Yanfly is leaving and that kind of base, and just a lot of jobs around the RPG Maker community. I just want to, shout out Arkea. You're doing such a fantastic job.
Nessie.
Heck yeah.
I remember the days of Princess. They were good days.
Yeah. And as for someone who's impacted my work, it's probably someone like Calunio. I don't know if I don't know them that well, but their storytelling affected my work quite intensely. Yeah.
Aw. Oh, I have one more if that's cool.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know how active he is like anymore on the RPG Maker community, but Roach, if you guys know him, he's the guy who does Kingdoms of the Dump.
I do not.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've talked with Roach. He's such a super sweet guy. I've actually been admiring his work since I like first got into RPG Maker, since he had an Earthbound fan game forever ago that I would like follow religiously, called Eagle Land. And that was like actually like a defining part of my like journey into being an artist. So I don't think he knows that, but that's part of it. And he's been like super duper helpful. Also like an incredible artist. And he also was like, he's also apparently a gosh darn wizard with 2K3, which is how he helped me get some things working for Hap Up that I never thought I could get working. So shout out to him. I don't know if he'll ever listen to this, but I appreciate him greatly.
Nope, you're good. Actually, one thing real quick about like Liberty, not to go back, but she actually gave me my first copy of RPG Maker VX Ace, and it's like still the one that I use today. So like, I know I put her on blast, but she like gave me the engine that I still make games with today. So I'm very thankful for that.
Oh yeah, shout out to Quintona for giving me my copy of VXS.
Oh, cool.
Lord Blue Rouge asks, what is a game that has really inspired you the most to make games?
Super Mario.
Honestly, mine is
Super Mario.
So I know I already said Yume Nikki, so I'll be brief on that one. But Yume Nikki taught me specifically that you can make more than just RPGs in RPG Maker. That really inspired me to go like weirder with my like projects. And even if I'm working on a traditional RPG right now, I still appreciate its like surrealist take on RPG Maker that taught me that it's more than just a vessel for like Dragon Quest-esque games and stuff like that. And the other one for me was Earthbound, which is probably the thing that has had like the tightest grip on my artistic influence for years and years. Because Earthbound, when I found it when I was like 8, I guess, taught me that RPGs don't have to be like sword-swinging fantasies or anything like that. It can be about like a bunch of kids with psychic powers or something weird like that. Or
Yeah.
It can be more than just like a Lord of the Rings-esque fantasy adventure. Like, obviously not all of them are, but that's kind of the point, right?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
Earthbound showed me that there is more to the genre than just the typical like tropes, I guess, and that you can do more with that and make something unique. And that was really, really special to me. So,
I would say probably Skyward Sword because I owned it when I was a kid, and it's not like my favorite game ever. I've only played it once, and it was a long time ago, but it just left such a huge impression on me. Like, every time I'm mapping or just designing a dungeon, I just immediately go to Skyward Sword and I think, wow, that game had good dungeons and stuff. And I don't know, man, it just makes me super nostalgic, and I really want to go back and finish it one of these days.
For me, it's honestly kind of 3 games. Well, 1 franchise and 2 games specifically. For me, just Legend of Zelda in general. It's always inspired me to try to make cool, puzzly dungeons and stuff. A bit of an old game by now, but Legion Wood was one of the Legion Wood Tale of Two Swords was one of the first big RPG Maker games that I've ever played, and it's honestly kind of inspired me to try to make cool, big games myself.
Back in the day, I actually interviewed Dark Gaia on their games and stuff. That was a real experience. Loved talking to them. Legion Wood is a pretty classic. It's got one of the most downloaded games on RPGmaker.net.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Legion Wood was made by Dark Gaia?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
I haven't played Legion Wood, but I played like One Night from Dark Gaia, and those are pretty good horror games. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Frogge's drawn a frontal view of the Hapoop monster. It's now I feel like it's just been staring at me for 15 minutes without me noticing.
Just scroll up.
Genuinely terrifying.
I dislike it and I love it at the same time. I'm putting it in my Hap Up fan art folder.
Punkitt, can I make a creepypasta about Hap Up? Is that okay? You're not gonna sue me, are you?
Go for it.
Can I do that?
I encourage. I do not care what you draw of Hap Up, as long as it's something that you made. I will cherish it forever, regardless if it was good or not.
Oh no! You've opened the floodgates.
Oh no, the floodgates are already open. I've gotten naughty drawings of Hap Up. Boy, that is interesting. Like,
excuse what? You what?
Yeah, not kidding.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a real experience.
Yeah, no, looking at them, I was like, all right, you sure did draw that.
You sure did do it. Hey, like...
Oh, no.
I mean, it's its own compliment its own way, but also not. Like, so, you know, you can just go... You're like, okay, I cannot unsee much of that I have created this cute little thing, and you have gone and ludified it. Thank you, in a certain way.
Yeah, I was like, I appreciate you had like the passion to make this. I'm not going to appreciate it to its fullest, but like, thank you.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry for that tangent. I apologize.
Yeah, honestly, there was one more game I wanted to quickly mention that's really inspired me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Ni no Kuni.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Totally. Yeah,
I really love the storytelling in it, and it's just, I just kind of love it, and again, it's inspired me a lot.
It's a really
Excellent.
good game. It's like Pokemon in Studio Ghibli
Yeah,
film.
yeah,
It's really great.
Yeah, I really love how they did the whole what are they called? Familiars.
I honestly was worried how like Studio Ghibli would translate to games, but it apparently did really well and just kind of had a magical atmosphere and all that.
It did. It was
Of
so
course, they also made it together with Level 5, who are really, they make great games as well, so that helped.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
Excellent. I'll jump in here. I was initially probably inspired by Cave Story, platform adventure video game released in 2004. It was one of the first major indie games I feel that kind of permeated the indie atmosphere when like you downloaded games and put them on a floppy disk drive. I'm not sure if it was that early, but it was definitely in that kind of era for me. And then the game that got me into RPG Maker games was A Blurred Line. I played it and I was like, wow, this is cool, indie games. And then I realized that it was made in an engine that made RPGs, and then I started using it. So that's how I started using RPG Maker, A Blurred Line. And then my third game is probably the one that's influenced my design policy the most, which is Braid. Braid is like, it's another one where in the indie game atmosphere it kind of just exploded. It's this platform puzzle video game created by Jonathan Blow, who is also my favorite developer. And it's just incredible. I love all the design decisions, and it's just my type of game. So that's the type of game I create from here on out, sort of thing.
I could like put one in real quick. It's not an indie game or anything, but I really like Paper Mario. Literally all of my games have like teeny tiny stats because of Paper Mario.
Of course, that entire franchise is just like pretty incredible. Everything like Mario has been fantastic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not to like keep lingering on this question, but my childhood console was a Wii, and I had Super Paper Mario on it, so yeah, easily in my top 10 favorite games of all time, and super inspirational for me as well, right alongside Skyward Sword.
I mean, that game's good, but it sucks because the community around Paper Mario, they fucking hate that game. They hate it.
Yeah, they do.
I know, dude, I know. But, like, I grew up with it, so I'm gonna defend it until I die.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I love that game, too.
Wait, which Mario game?
Super Paper Mario, the one on the Wii.
I love Super Paper Mario so much. That was one of my favorites ever. I will also defend it.
So, just quick fire questions. Let's go. Harmless. What's something cringy that you'll unapologetically defend?
Super Paper Mario.
The Power of Friendship.
Oh my god, Power of Friendship.
The Power of Friendship.
Power of Friendship. That's good. Yeah.
It's cheesy, but I love it. I don't care. It's always good, because it's true.
No, that's the perfect answer.
Yeah, and Baz from the Studio Blue Discord says, I'm always curious how others try to avoid feature creep. Like, how do others process what is creep and what legit needs to be added?
Oh my goodness.
2K3 boy here. The engine does that for me.
Oh yeah. It will stop.
Yeah,
you.
it's feature. I can't get feature creep because I'm not that ambitious. They will not let me be.
Yeah.
Honestly, I guess if you just from the start try to think of like what would be nice to have and what would be like cool to what you're trying to make, do that beforehand. It probably helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're not in the moment and like, oh, this would be cool, and then you just keep adding and adding and adding things.
Hyper Jelly from the RPG Maker Discord asks, what three things do you feel MV does well, and what three things does it really not do well compared to previous versions
I
of
haven't used
the
it.
Maker?
How am I supposed to find 3 things that MV does well?
Dang.
I don't even know either. I haven't used it either.
I haven't used MV either.
Yeah, I only use Ace.
I own it technically.
I barely used it.
I've used it a little bit, like a good 100 hours, but not like to a super huge degree. And it's bad Ace. Just go with Ace, honestly. I think the only thing it has over Ace is like the portability, but that's about it for me. I don't really care for anything else about it.
It's like high resolution and stuff. There's a lot of good things about it. I don't want to like poo-poo the...
I would like to say a positive word about MV. I heard that its scripts are really good. I've heard the grapevine.
And Kiro from the RPG Maker Discord asks, is VX Ace better than MV? Yes.
Ace is Ace. Ace is Ace.
No, they're different.
Like
They're different. They got different positives and negatives. So there's like, you know.
I'm very aware that I'm using a flawed, like, decade-plus old engine, but I love it.
It works for you. It definitely does work for you. So, this segment is topics to discuss, because this is a podcast, and it's serious.
Whoa.
Whoa! Yeah, I'm gonna ask our first question, and some of us already answered this, but how'd you come about making RPG Maker games? What's your story?
For me, it is because I was looking for something to make games in, and I was so enthralled by Earthbound, I guess, that I wanted to go make something like that. And I found out you can't do that in Game Maker, at least not easily when you're like, 10.
Oof,
So I looked around and I looked around and I looked around, and I found out RPG Maker existed. And I didn't get VX originally because it was like $60 and I was 10. But I got my pirated copy of 2003. I'm sorry, RPG Maker Company, don't sue me. But I didn't know it was illegal at the time. I thought it was just a free download. And
I'm just going to edit out pirated there, just because I got my copy.
Yeah, I got my copy, and I started making a Zelda fan game for my friend, and that's kind of how I started. Yeah.
For me,
I just imagined a Zelda game in Punkitt style, and it looks like the best thing ever. Oh my god, Punkitt, please make that.
That would be amazing.
Hap up wearing the Link's suit.
For me, I started with Game Maker back in primary school. My dad introduced me to Game Maker, and I made a lot of really crappy games in it. And then I think it was at some point during secondary school that my brother Jeroen found RPG Maker, and yeah, I've been using it ever since. I started with VX, and then at some point I moved on to VX Ace, and yeah, that's essentially it.
Which brother copied the other? Who started making games first, you or Jeroen?
I think we just both started. Really, way back in the beginning, we made Rayman levels on paper.
Right.
Just pencil and paper Rayman levels, and it just kind of evolved from there. And yeah, we've been just casually doing game development ever since, basically.
Excellent.
Cash, you really shouldn't pit the two soul brothers against each other.
Oh, right. Is it unhealthy? Okay.
No, we're a team. We're a good, solid team.
It's not good.
Yeah, you'd make the soul brother Gourd feel bad.
Yeah, I don't like it when they fight. Lil Gourd soul over here.
When are we going to see Super Soul Brothers come out?
Well, we did actually at one point have an idea for a game to make together. I think it was for a Metroidvania game, but things eventually just kind of never happened. And of course, we did. I did help him with what was it called? Lost Dreams. I did some art for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically the extent of our co-op on game development.
Okay, get ready for my backstory. So, basically, I had the RPG Maker game on a PlayStation 1, if you've ever played that before. It's really bad.
Oh, whoa.
Just so you know. It's awful. My dad bought it for me, and, like, he was very supportive of me learning how to develop video games, which was great. But it was so bad that I Googled in RPG Maker, like, in Google, and then I found RPGmaker.net, what do you know? And it was a lot better than my PS1 game. And I remember my dad being very sad that I didn't play the PS1 game anymore.
The PS1 game was released in 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it's fair that it wasn't that good, to be honest. You could do, like, pixel art
For its
in
time,
it.
it's pretty innovative, though. I mean, you know, like...
Yeah, you could make, like, your own custom graphics in there.
Mm.
It was awful. Just so you
Didn't like
know.
the early RPG Maker engines have like a mouse system as well, like built in. I don't know if it was the PS1 version, probably not, but like I think it might have been RPG Maker 95 had like a built-in mouse system, and people have been wanting to implement that in the game for a while for some reason. Okay, now we've got these questions here, but I'm going to deviate from them. We are going to talk about Hollow Project, which all four of you worked on.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, personally.
Oh, what are you doing now? You're disowning the project?
I mean, they might have worked on it. Maybe I was there. Maybe I did something. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Maybe you're in the room, you know, when they were making it.
So long ago.
So,
Just don't remember it anymore.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Maybe that's why. I just can't remember it.
yeah, it was a while ago. I'm going to read out the description to kind of like jog our memories a little bit. Because I was there in the room too. Like
Yeah, he
the
was
whole
there.
time you were making the game, I was there in the room.
Oh, wow. Good to know. That's illegal for McBacon, though.
Yeah, I mean, no, but what you don't know is that I'm everywhere all at once.
Oh, well.
I'm
then-
omnipresent,
no.
so...
That's scary.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm just watching.
Cat.
Just watching.
Ah.
Scariest
here
part
we
is
go.
probably that it was in 4 places at the same time.
Yeah. So, Hollow Project was made in a month for the third McBacon Jam. The story is that a hole looms over a mysterious blonde girl who yawns heartily as she wakes up. Not long after waking, she finds another girl whose confidence issues and easily frightened demeanor are perfect for a good friend. Upon further exploration, the two are attacked by monsters, but saved by a crass yet well-meaning man. And then the trio resolve to fend off the strange wildlife of the multiple underground ecosystems as they find a way to return to the home they can't remember. A sullen, grieving figure watches them from the background. It's not me, and unfortunately this isn't a joke. So yeah, featuring humorous dialogue, a battle system dependent on learning skills from equipped items, and adorable aesthetics, Hollow Project is a story about individuality, the greater good, and perhaps a bit about how the two conflict.
Well, I had some really good ideas.
Wow, we should write those sometime.
Yeah, I should do that sometime.
Well, hey.
So how did
How
did this game go down? How did this go down?
Okay, so I think all three of you guys proposed to me to join the team.
Yeah, we
if I
wanted
remember
Punkitt.
correctly.
I honestly don't recall. I think Gord asked me to join.
I think it
Or it might have been
was.
Frogge.
I think it was that the event started, and then I was like, okay, I need to do it with someone who would be cool to do it with. And then I waited too long, and I'm just like, oh yeah, these guys are fine. And then I just, I had mercy and
Oh,
let you join
wow.
my team.
You settled.
Wow.
I'm just
So-
kidding.
so-
Way to
going
make us
back-
feel special.
It's
So
just a
going back
joke.
to the very
It's just
first
a joke.
DM that I ever got on RPG Maker, it appears that the team was fully formed before Gord asked me. So yeah, I was. I was
Right.
I was,
I think we had a discussion beforehand, like, should we invite Punk because, he's great and stuff.
Yeah, we
oh,
did.
thanks.
Yeah, who did the art, who did the gameplay, who did the graphics, who did the story, and who did the writing, and how did that all kind of interact?
It was kind of a mixed bag. Everyone did a little bit of everything, though some more than others in certain aspects. Like, Punky did most of the graphics, but I'll leave that to him to talk about, and, Gordy and I did the writing, though mostly him, and Bart did a lot of graphical stuff for us as well, and I did the mapping and stuff. Gord did nearly all of the eventing, I think, and I'll leave that for them, I guess. So I'll just leave those. Yeah.
Yeah. I did like a lot of the battles and a lot of the writing, and then Frogge and I shared the writing, and Punkitt did most of the graphics.
I did. Let's see. Okay, so I did. So I did the concept art for the game initially.
Yes, you did.
Which actually there's a page for that, which I just remembered existed on the Holo Project page of concept art. Boy, I wasn't super hot at art back then, but regardless.
No, it's adorable.
Thank you.
It was lovely art.
Well, I've improved a lot since then. I'll say that actually.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I did a lot of the concept art, which kind of sparked the initial discussion on what the story should be about, I think.
I think so.
I think we knew we kind of wanted to do a cave story-esque thing going in.
Yeah.
Which is why the sprites look the way they are, where they're all kind of in 16 by 16 tiles, and everything's kind of squished into a box for the art style, if that makes any sense. I wanted to do a little bit more with it than I had done Hap Up, because a lot of Hap Up was non-shading and simple flat colors and all these things, and I kind of wanted to see if I could get a little better at it with Holo Project. So at the time, for being I think I was maybe a 10th grader, I was pushing myself pretty hard to work on this and make the art style nice to look at. And looking back, there's a lot of things I would change, but I'm pretty proud of what I did for being in 10th grade. So
Yeah, it still looks really good.
Thank you.
I just kind of realized how young this team is as well, in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're all pretty young. Are you sub 20?
Yeah.
I think I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I'm
How
19.
old?
I just turned 19. So.
Yeah.
We all
Gordon.
we all have birthdays in the same month, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Which is
So when
really
you-
funny.
Yeah,
So when
everybody
you created
forgets
this game,
birds.
you're a bunch of 15 and 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. Don't
Remember-
remind us.
This is right before Gord went to college, I think, actually.
My birthday is one day before Punkitt's.
Yeah.
So for one day, I am 1 year older than him.
Yeah.
And then I think my birthday is a week before Frog's, and then Bert's is the first one. So we all forgot
Yeah.
those every
mine's
year.
mine's 5 days before Gord, so it's really, really short after each other.
What are the things that you liked about the specific project? What went right, do you feel?
So for somebody who doesn't do a whole lot of complete projects, having a finished demo felt really, really good, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So the question was what about the product did you like, right?
Yeah, what do you think went right, and what did you like about it?
So I really enjoyed the kind of world that we built. It felt kind of weird and mysterious, but also kind of inviting in a way. To me personally, I think the monster designs that we did lended a lot to making it seem like an abstract world, but still kind of fun to check around in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and Gord, bless you, wrote individual descriptions for every single enemy that you encountered.
It was a
which
lot of
made-
fun.
Which made everything infinitely charming. I went back and played the demo, and I was always smiling at the descriptions that you made. They were so cute.
I'm crying again. Hello.
So I think we had a couple really cool tiny unique ideas that really added flavor to it, if that makes any sense. And so I kind of enjoyed how that all kind of came together to make a fun little area to walk around in and enjoy. So yeah.
I think everything that everyone other than me did went right, and then everything I did just went wrong.
Nuh-uh.
Aww, that's not true.
Wrong.
So
The mapping was lovely.
Punk did absolutely incredible graphics for us. The game looks amazing. I love how it looks.
Thank
And
you.
Gord's writing is also amazing. He's so funny, and I was playing the demo recently as well, and it was so funny. I just loved the way the characters interact and stuff. And Bart did some really nice dungeon designs for us, and he did the really nice icons as well.
Yeah.
So I think I'm really happy with everything everyone other than me did.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did like the cool mapping and stuff.
Yeah, you did. The mapping's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite parts. Like, don't
Mapping
discount
is
yourself.
amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
And
It's
like the
so,
parts that you wrote are
lush.
also very funny, just so you know.
Aww.
Yeah, there's a screenshot where there's a tree that's got like a mapping error, and it's like there's a caption saying it's sleeping, and then Gord says, Punky, gotta up your ominous message game. The font looks really the font looks really good comparatively though. Wow. Also, those trees are still broken. And then Punkitt says, shoot, I noticed that cutoff, we'll fix it. And then Gord says, better fix it, nerd.
Yeah, there's a lot of banter when we were talking in like the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I think?
Yeah,
really
that's honestly
went...
one of the things I really like most.
Yeah, I think me and Bert are going to
Yeah,
say the
so-
same thing here. Is that...
Yeah, so what I really liked most just about the project in general was the teamwork with everyone. It was just great dynamic with everyone. It went really well, just working together, having
Yeah.
fun.
You guys are the best. I couldn't have asked for a better team.
Aw.
I'm crying again!
This is a big hug sesh podcast.
Yeah, it is.
That's
This one
That's
is for
one
the
thing I'm
lads.
gonna
The
say.
lads that like to cry a lot.
Yeah. What were you saying?
That's one thing
Cash?
I'm going to say. That's one thing I'm going to say about this team game is that the McBacon Jam forced people to work together on games over a short period of time. Often that they didn't know each other very well beforehand, but they kind of got to know each other better. And I must say that there was I would say it's the majority of teams actually didn't work together as swimmingly as one might have thought. And I think the lesson to be drawn from there is that you need good chemistry in your game if you want the development to be a pleasant experience. And it's kind of a little bit rare that teams like this just have such a great synergy, and that's part of why I'm just kind of excited. I was excited to have you on the podcast. So,
Aw.
yeah.
Thank you.
I won't cry over
Yeah, I
that.
definitely agree that the chemistry has to be good. Basically, in the second McBacon game, the second McBacon event I participated in, it was the one after all the projects.
I have like a little bit to add about the synergy.
Yeah.
What I really liked is that everyone was kind of doing their own thing, and then when it came together, it influenced the other parts of it. Like Punky, for example.
Yeah.
Like he was like doing all this concept art, and I remember he like put a goat next to like one of the characters. And we're just like, oh, this character loves goats, and like it was a really important thing about the character. Like by the time we're in the end
Yeah.
series.
Oh, making our goats. I forgot about that. That's such a good little bit we did.
And then there was like some of the humor is based off of like the mapping that was done. Like there's something in the way of like one of the characters when they're trying to run away, and so she like pushes it, and it's funny, and it wasn't planned, but because we were all doing our own thing, and like we're willing to compromise on things, it ended up coming together really well.
So you're saying that some like sections of it had like a pretty improvisational tone to it, where you're like building on each other's
Yeah.
Yeah.
little goofs.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's the best way it could have come out, because like working independently, where all the parts like fit together but they have no influence from each other, might make it feel like it's kind of like assembled, I think. But I think the way that we all kind of came together and influenced each other made it feel like a more organic project, I guess, when it all got put together, because we were taking bits and parts of everything else and kind of like using that to influence what we were doing, and because of that it like naturally slid together, and it felt less like it was like one person did this and one person did this and etc.
Right. And I think that's really like extra important for a game that's supposed to be funny, because like even the little errors,
Yeah.
like even the little goofy things that we did ended up becoming just a part of the game, and it was funny and it worked.
Yeah, just general banter, just kind of occasionally
Merged.
turned into stuff for in the game. That was just,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
worked.
That's great. Frogge, did you get a chance to comment?
Yeah, I did, but I just like to add one thing. I think that the greatest part of the experience for me was that it wasn't the game itself, but rather like just talking to you guys because you know, even if we didn't put out a game, we just had so much fun. I loved talking to you guys. I had the chat open with like notifications on, and it was just a whole lot of fun. And when people ask me what you look for in a team, I don't think I could say anything better than you guys, honestly.
Oh, dude.
Our content is through the roof right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Everyone
This is a
listening's
wholesome
crying.
game dev group.
This is group therapy. Thanks for joining us. Yes, but it's also going to take a dark turn now. Dum, dum, dum.
Oh no!
What went wrong? Give us all the juicy details. What do you feel didn't achieve its full potential about this game? Why do you think that was? And what would you do maybe next time to kind of improve that?
We're lazy.
Scope creep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got way too ambitious.
Yeah, I mean, like, now that we have, like, more than a month to make it, like, I think we'd be fine doing it, but, like,
Yeah.
back then it was, like, we have, like, 4 dungeons planned and, like, all these things and everything, and I was kind of riding on the high that, like, you can script in VXAs.
Oh yeah.
Which, mind you,
You just keep like plugging scripts in there like willy-nilly. You're like, I'll put that one in. Mouse system, crafting system. Oh wow, yeah.
Tucky did indeed.
Oh, that's
Wait.
unfortunate that we didn't get to have them on the podcast because that would have been. Oh yeah, well I mean.
yeah. But he's, I still talk to him. He's super nice. He's working on his other game right now. But he did like a custom dialogue script for us and like, I guess text effect script for us, which I don't think he ever released. So it's like unique to us right
yeah.
now. But
It's
Right.
really cool.
it's not in the demo. It's in like the revised demo currently. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and if that project is unencrypted, go ahead. No, just kidding. Okay. But yeah. What else? Kind of like, what were the setbacks and what were the obstacles and yeah, what kind of stopped it from being all that you wanted it to be?
Time zones, probably.
Yeah, that didn't help for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Also-
look at how hard it was to get the podcast assembled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine
But
doing
what were
that
you
for a
gonna-
month.
Yeah. But what were you gonna say?
Well, what also didn't help was that like the first week of the event, I was still on vacation, so I couldn't really work on it at all, other than draw concepts and stuff.
It's such a common theme. Like, it's quite difficult to get availability of all the team members, especially when you're working globally. I would say even just like managing to finish a demo, it's just a feat in itself. But like, as for the tools you used, what kind of tools did you like? Yeah, was there some reason? I mean, is that maybe some of the reason why you couldn't deliver what you needed to, or what kind of like tools or frameworks or structures did you use to work together?
So I don't think we had one actually. It was pretty willy-nilly.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of like me or Frog yelling at people going, hey, you should do something. And then like we kind of set out what we sort of wanted them to do, but then there wasn't really a time limit or anything.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think the part that worked well was that like I lost my wording here. The part that worked well was that like I think all of us just really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So like for me,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I gotta get this done because I want to show the rest of my team members this thing that I made, and I want them to like be able to do their thing so that we can make this cool project. So I'm gonna get it done, and I'll just send it out, and they'll get it when they get it, I guess. So
Yeah, I think
That's
part of
kind
it
of
might have been like peer pressure, like because I didn't know you all that well, so it was just like I can't
Yeah.
fail them. These are basically funny strangers, friendly strangers, but basically strangers.
yeah.
I'm also going to say that, like, on this topic of scope creep, this is an entirely custom art game made in a space of a month. So I imagine that would have a lot of like crunch time for creating assets and stuff. Is that true?
Oh, well, okay. So here's the thing about my art style. I'm really glad people find it like charming and cute. That's what I go for. But it was originally made in MS Paint, and so like I'm really good at making things fast. Yeah. So everything for Hollow Project was originally made in MS Paint.
Really?
Yeah, really. I
Just
did
goes to
assets.
show.
Yeah.
Goes to show
get
that tools
annoyed
aren't the main deriving thing that of quality.
Yeah, I made assets for Hollow Project like in the public library, like in my town, like on the paint program.
Goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, and I sent them to Slack, and I never told you guys, but
No, you didn't. What? I didn't know you were working that hard, buddy.
Well, it was just like I'm at the library, I might as well do it because like I like being at the library.
Oh my
but,
god.
um,
I feel kind of bad.
no, it's alright. I enjoyed doing it, but like the thing was, so for the assets, it's like this for Hap Up too. Since I'm working in such a small like sprite space, and I'm using like not a ton of like colors, I'm using very like flat primary ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like minimal shading. It's like the art style I use for pixel art, but it also translates really well to like making things quickly. So it's like it's efficient and it looks good, which is like all I can really ask for.
Yeah.
So in the span of a month, because of like the artistic decisions I think we made, it was a lot easier to get things like up and out when we needed to get them. So
Next, you're gonna tell me you had to walk like 5 miles every day to get to the library.
well, no, I
Had to
I
walk
did
through snow and slate and past a volcano, through caves. So yeah, and gameplay wise, what was your like process for creating gameplay here, battles and structure and so on?
I'll step off for this one. This isn't my game.
Yeah, I think most of that was me. I just kind of... Now, I don't want to sound goofy, but I basically kind of looked at Paper Mario, and I'm like, what works there? What can work here? We only have to make a demo, so I don't have to plan too far in advance. So I'm just like, well, we'll get some hit all skills, we'll get some single skills, maybe 1 or 2 elemental skills. Perfect. We've done great. Oh, I know another thing that we were really interested in doing was making it so that you equip weapons and you learn abilities off of that, and that was fun. That was more of a collaborative thing than Gordy just picking randomly what I wanted to put in there. Nobody understands what stockpile is, and it makes me sad.
None of us know still.
Even the creator doesn't understand.
Yeah, I don't really know either. It was supposed to be
okay, so
like...
Tucky was gonna write us a script, and he's still down to do it, I think.
Yeah.
But
it's okay. We
he's
didn't
busy.
finish the game, so I can't really blame him too much.
Yeah, but it was there. It sure was a concept that we like think we had.
It was there. It was like an extra like mana pool thing, but then I kind of half.
We still don't know what
implemented
the icon means.
No.
We still don't know what the icon is.
The icon is just... It's stockpile.
It's a
It's a
stockpile
stockpile.
icon. There's no other.
It has seriously become a meme in our server.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did making these games teach you, if anything? If nothing, that's all cool. Not every experience has to be a lesson, but if you did learn something, what did you learn?
Not all group projects suck.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is probably the most fun group project I've ever done.
Yeah,
For me, if you guys are cool with me, like button in here.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, the important thing that I learned was that it's really relieving to work with other people. Like sometimes, so I'm a solo developer normally, kind of by necessity. I can't pay people, so I have to like learn. I learned how to do all these things like on my own, basically. And I was working on Hap Up for like a year before I did Hollow Project, and I found out when all your job is to like make graphics and then send them to the game dev void, it's really relieving. It's like, okay, somebody will pick up my slack and make this part of the game, and I don't have to do literally everything, and it's so nice. Like, I took it for granted.
You
I
don't
think,
know how
but-
relieved I was that I didn't have to put all of my text into text boxes, because I wrote so much dialogue, and I'm like, well, it's not my problem. It's Frog's problem now.
having that person to like finish the process for you is like a really integral part of being on a team, and it makes everything so much nicer. And I've been wanting to do more team projects because of that. So
Yeah, like you have that single soul responsibility, and you can just focus on that, and you operate in your strengths as well. Like,
yeah, I could operate like and do so much of the graphics because that was my only job. Like, I mean, I did concept art, of course, but like, since I was only doing the graphics, I could like make as many as possible, like that we needed. So
This isn't something that I learned from this particular experience, but like from in like a bunch of different McBacon jams, there's a different like vibe to every team,
yeah,
and that really changes things.
I mean, like I've only done one McBacon, which is with you guys, because like I had such a good experience. I was afraid of like not having a good one next time.
I mean, I also did one with like piano and stuff, and like with piano, it was kind of like piano told us all what to do, what he expected of us, and then you kind of did it, and it was chill. As opposed to our just disorganized chaos. We're like, oh, I'll just build over what you did here. Oh wow, it's a joke now.
Yeah. I mean, there's another. I don't mean to bring it up. I might edit it out, but there's. Never mind. I won't mention.
Oh, okay.
All right.
There's other team games with Gourd there that might have been a little more tumultuous.
Oh no.
Are you what? Are you exposing me right now? What's happening?
No. I mean, oh well. Yeah. I'll edit this out. But how did you find Bright Future? Was that a pleasant experience, or was?
It's a secret to all.
I'm just now hearing of this.
Nope. There's nothing to talk about.
Oh.
My lips are sealed.
Dang, I was really looking forward to that game, but yeah. So
I guess it didn't have a bright future.
Oh no! I love everybody that we worked on in that. Just so you know, I loved everyone.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out.
Yep.
Basically, I learned that, just as Punkitt said, or was it Gourd? I don't know. As they said, every group's vibe is different, and like working on different teams is really going to feel very different from one another. And for example, when we were working on Abyssal of the Opera with Omar and Indra earlier this year, it was really serious, and we were mostly focused on the game development. And I was like, "Hey guys, we should make memes," and they were like, "Oh, well, not that it's a negative thing, but like they were great, but it wasn't like as chill as it was with this group." And I don't think the synergy was quite there. But like I think I still had a lot of fun, and I think the end product turned out pretty great. So who might complain?
I understand completely. When you join an established duo who has been working together for a long time, it's easy to feel maybe like you have to find your place in the team and figure it out. But when everyone's kind of new to this, and when they're all figuring it out together, it's a whole new dynamic.
Exactly.
Yeah. How about yourself, Bart?
Well, yeah, honestly, for me, it was quite similar to what Punkitt, what he experienced, just the general, what it's like to work in a team, and indeed not having to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
The only thing I really worked on the full Hollow project was Shadows of Thailand, which was also entirely a solo project, and it just was just too much to work on my own. And just having a nice group of people with different skills it really makes game development a lot more fun, and also just it makes it more it just works.
I think what we learned in the end is friendship is power.
Yeah, power of friendship, never cringy. Yeah, baby.
So yeah, let's I'm probably not going to have the chance to ask you all about your individual projects, except in the sense I want to learn about what you're working on and what is the future for each of you in this. I will ask a generic question just to see what the answer is, but is there a future for Hollow Project?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully.
Just need to get back into it.
We were working on it like earlier in the season, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
trying to see if we can pick things up again.
I think
You need to
Yeah.
assemble the Avengers again.
the Avengers.
Yeah, it really was like an assemble the Avengers at the moment. I did some art for it that like really improved in comparison to like the last time we did it, and I was really happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
College got in the way, so I haven't been able to work on it. But like, I think what we have so far like is miles better than what we had previously, and it feels really good to like see that improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be working on it right now, and I'm kind of procrastinating on it, but aren't we all?
Yeah, so we will move on to our final segment where I'm actually going to ask you what you're individually working on. So yeah, I'm going to ask each of you about your current projects that you may or may not be working on, ideas for things in the future. I'm going to start with Bart. Bart, what are you currently working on, or what do you have ideas to work on in the future?
Well, I currently don't really have any projects I'm currently working on. I do have some ideas tossing around. I've had them for a while. One's kind of like that one's I've also shared some things about on the RMN Discord server, so I guess I'll talk about that one. It's kind of like a mix between Pokemon and Harvest Moon. It kind of combines elements of monster collection and just farming stuff, a bit of dungeoneering, dungeon crawling, and yeah, that's basically an idea that's been tossing around my mind for a long while now.
That's cool.
I've shared some things about it on Discord before. Other than that, I've also recently had an idea for kind of like a top-down view Metroidvania kind of game.
Wow, I love Metrovanias, so keep that coming.
That one's still very early in its concept phase, so there's not a whole lot to talk about there.
That first idea sounds really cool. If you've ever played Rune Factory, it kind of sounds like that.
Yeah. Rune Factory was definitely one of my big inspirations for the game. The main inspirations were Pokemon, Rune Factory, and Ni no Kuni. And yeah, I just kind of thought like, what kind of game mechanics would be cool to have together. Think about how they might combine stuff like that. So, for example, you can use certain monsters to do certain tasks on the farm, kind of similar to how it works in Rune Factory as well. And just general, more RPG-like elements as well.
I hope you make it. It sounds cool.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it sounds truly unique, and I'm really excited to see how that turns out.
I hope I'll get around to developing it at some point.
That'd be great.
Just one of those cases of, again, being way too ambitious, so who knows if I'll ever be able to make it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's like. But no, really, it's incredibly, it sounds great. It sounds fantastic. Frogge, being a repeat guest on the podcast, I think you've talked about your projects, but I would like to just bring it up again. Akane, you're still working on that? Akane?
Currently I'm just taking a break, but not from that game, but I'm just taking a break from game development in general because I've been kind of burned out on it, and I've had a bit of a depressive mood with my games lately, where I haven't been happy with anything I make. So I'm taking a break, but I'm hoping to return to it eventually. And same as last time, I won't bore anyone with the details, since I did talk about it before. But it's a horror game, and it's not going to be super long. It's going to be a kind of simple, elongated cutscene, And I hope people will enjoy it when it's released.
Well, that's the thing. I actually really loved 100 Floors, and that's a game that you don't like from yourself, but I really do like it. And also, I love your script for The Visitor, which may or may not be created. But also, I really just want to congratulate you on getting into film school as well.
I haven't yet. I wish.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
But I thought you were accepted.
Oh no. I'm applying this year, but I haven't been accepted anywhere yet.
Okay.
I did find out that they will be accepting my A-levels, which is... I think I wrote in the RMN Discord about that. Like, I was really happy that most of them would be willing to consider me. Yeah, that was probably it.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Frogge, I'm doing film school too, technically. So congrats.
Whoa.
Wait,
Oh, snap.
Punk, what were you studying again?
Oh, directing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, good luck on your film endeavors. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Frogge, I just want to say, you have a lot of potential, I feel, and I really would love to see you get accepted by anywhere. I think they should. If they don't, they're wrong. And, if they don't accept you, they are wrong. The
Thanks,
only
man.
way is to accept.
I'll go beat them up.
Yeah, you can go. Well, I can if you want, but I'm everywhere. But just wanted, yeah, awesome. GourdClae.
Hello.
You have a couple of projects that we could talk about, but what would you like to discuss that you're working on at the moment? I guess.
Well, right now I'm working on my gay murder mystery game. It's got a very intense plot, and when it's done in 10 years, you can all play it. Because I think I've been working on it for like 3 years now, on and off. Like, I think maybe we were still working on Hollow Project around the time I started it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a little old at this point. But the writing is going great. I could probably show you guys sometime.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do you mind
please.
me? Do you mind me giving that little synopsis that you kind of gave?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So Gourd has told me it's a murder mystery game called Degree 3. It's been in the works for a while. It's just a murder mystery game with LGBTQ plus characters, except almost all of them are LGBTQ plus and frequently speak on their experiences. And the first case is about a mysterious game you play called Blue Whale. And you get a task every day, but everyone who's ever played it dies at the end. But why? And so they're faring slightly better. Sorry. Yeah, and that's what kind of works. I guess that's how it works in the first place. And so the writing is working well, and it's kind of coming along.
Yeah, it's coming along okay.
Is that true?
The main thing that I really ran into it is feature creep, which is nothing new to me. And also trying to do things that I don't really have the skills to do yet. So I really got to work on my skills more before I'm going to be able to finish it.
Yeah, and I just want to say, after playing Raised Are the Powerful, I have great belief in your writing, and I wrote 2 massive versions of the review for that game, gave it a 4.5 stars because I really enjoyed it. And go play Raised Are the Powerful, and go play Hollow Project, obviously. And every one of these games.
Do it.
Do it.
Even more games to play.
So, Punkitt, your game Hapoop. No, sorry. Your game. You've got a game Hapup.
You got it. Nice work.
I'm just going to ask you the general question. So, Punkitt, what have you been working on recently?
Oh, okay. So, big thing. Hapup has restarted development.
Yay!
So the reason for that is it's a big mess. I won't get into it, but basically my motherboard failed a year ago, and I brought it in to go get fixed at this computer place, who were wildly incompetent, apparently, according to like the professional I talked to. I managed to like goof up my hard drive and lose it, and then give me back a computer that only barely worked. So like we're going through some processes of dealing with those guys now. Yeah, so anyway, so for like a year I was like, okay, well, if I get the stuff back for HapUp, because there's a potential that my stuff is still there, right? I'm just not going to touch it, because I want to like not start over and have to start over again, right? And then eventually, like I think 2 months ago maybe, I was just kind of like, that's it, I'm fed up, I want to make HapUp. Like there's like a drive in me that's like, you need to get this game done, you really enjoy making it, it's time to work on it again. So I restarted development. Some really, really awesome people have helped me like rip the sprites from my like screenshots.
Right.
I think this person's name was Sunny. I'm sorry if I don't know the full name there. But they emailed me and they were like, look, I ripped all the NPCs from the screenshots you had in the forum. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
So I know, it was super sweet of them. And like ZDS offered to help me, so they're super nice too. So yeah, I've been getting a bunch of help from some very kind people in the community who are helping me like rebuild it from where it's at. And I'm excited because this means I kind of get to make a better game than what I had originally. Because like HapUp got started when I was in 9th grade, and it has been 4+ years since then. I'm a little better at RPG Maker now. So I'm actually really excited to start like working on it again, because I've been doing it on and off recently, but I've making some new areas, and I might actually get the original files back, allegedly. I brought the computer to a different person, and he said, oh yeah, I can get your files off. So, like, fingers crossed I don't have to restart everything. But yeah, so that's been going.
It sucks if that happened at all, though. That's really awful.
It sucks, but it's past me now. I'm fine. That's a really good image part. Thank you.
Oh my god.
I just wanted to say, it seems really inspiring. Well, how do I say this? I just want, like, it seems really, it is inspiring the way that you've dealt with this, and that you've taken this. I mean, it's a terrible thing that's happened, and a lot of people would just implode, I feel, because of all this work that you've worked on. It's just kind of lost in a moment, and that must feel kind of terrifying. But the fact that you're just picking up the pieces and kind of like building them back up again is just like that's like really incredible to see. I feel like, it's kind of just gets me going and goes, hey, if this person can pick up the pieces of their lost game. I lost quite a bit of my progress on my game. I lost like a whole chapter. It's about but it's that's what I'm saying, is like nowhere near the amount of content that I feel like you have lost on this game, which makes me feel like, hey, I lost something, but I can pick it back up again, and I can recreate what I've done. It's not as bad. Yeah. But it's also just it's an attitude thing. I'm just really if I have an attitude adjustment to say, hey, pick it up from where you came up from, and you can still do this, you know?
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Cash. Your support, like, always is really super nice whenever you, like, say things like that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
My mindset was just kind of like, well, so HapUp's like kind of therapeutic to work on, actually, since when you're making a game where it's like free roam and like the maps loop and it's a simple art style, it's kind of just like I want to make something, let's do it kind of game. And then when I set my mind to it, then it's in the game, and it feels like really satisfying. I get like bite-sized bits of progress, and I was kind of missing that feeling of like making something and then it's in the game and it's cute and it makes people feel good. So I was like, I have to like just pick it up and go from there, and I can use this as an opportunity to make it better. I can use this to like clean up, the messy parts that I'd done back when I was like 15, and I can, I can improve on what I've been given. This is an opportunity. Like, it sucks, but I can move forward. So yeah,
man, seems like such an opposite response to how someone might usually take what's happened. Some people, if they have this happen to them, they just pack it up and say, I'm not developing anymore. I'm not doing this. But like, yeah, it's just incredible to see.
That's
Thank
probably
you
what
for
I would have
sharing.
done. Yeah, to be honest.
Thank you guys.
And of course, I'm still extremely hyped to actually play this game. It looks lovely and wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you. I made it so that the idea was that my grandma could play it, so it's meant to be
Aw.
really simple and like. It's made it really simple
Dang.
and like visually easy to read. So if I remember back in the podcast, I'll get more into that at some point, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, no. It's an RPG, like an actual one, like finally, that I'm working on called Astroguard. Yeah, I know. Thank you. It's a science fiction, like fantasy adventure where you play as like a little lion alien, and you go around and you gather like other members of your party, and it's kind of like a found family story, and you have to stop like a hive mind. And it's just meant to be an outlet for like fun, creative things that I've made. And I've been working on it since June. It's meant to like really push my abilities. It's a little bit of it's on my Twitter and my YouTube. That's kind of it. I haven't officially like formally announced it yet, but when I do, I'm really excited. So yeah,
Definitely go look
That's the
at
other
it on
thing.
YouTube because the videos are pretty impressive, to be honest.
thank you.
Yeah, look, go check that out. I think that's a good way to round off our podcast. Thank you so much to Hollow Project for team for being on this podcast. You've been really pleasant, and thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome. Times 2.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us, Cash.
Yeah, you've been a wonderful host,
Yeah.
Cash. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
Yeah,
not kicking me out.
It was really fun to be here.
Yeah.
It was a struggle. But we're here, and it was great.
So I'm going to just give you a chance to state how people can get in contact with you, or how people can follow you, your progress for your projects, and so on. So shoot.
Okie doke. I'll go first, I guess, if that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, that's good.
So I'm Punkitt on rpgmaker.net. It's Punkitt. I have a YouTube channel that goes by the same name. I post game development stuff there. A lot of it's like art things, but you'll still get game dev. Usually see like sneak peeks of my projects if you go there. I'm also on Twitter as... Let me just check really quickly. I forgot what my Twitter handle was. I'm also on Twitter as Punkitt Boy, which, yeah, I'm on Twitter at Punkitt Boy. I don't post as much game dev stuff there, so that's kind of just more like me. So if you want game development, I would go to my YouTube channel. But yeah.
Mood.
Frogge, why are you barking?
Sorry. I think they saw a cat outside, so they started barking.
Was that you or your dog?
It was a dog.
I think it was
Okay,
him.
sorry. Yeah.
I didn't know you guys could hear that well, though.
Yeah, no, it's everything. We can hear everything.
You can find me wherever you look. And I'm just gonna leave it cryptic like that.
Where can you find him?
You can find him wherever
Silence.
Frogges are sold.
Look inside your heart and you will find me.
Oh dang! This whole time I thought I was everywhere. Frogges everywhere. Frogges
can
inside
find
all of
me
our
wherever.
hearts.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at GourdClae.com. I won't be in your heart. That's creepy.
GourdClae.com. Cool. Excellent.
Bart?
Bart.
Well, on RMN you can find me as Bart__soul. And on Discord my username is Knight of the Agates. If I ever make anything again, chances are I'm likely going to share it on Discord first. So that's probably where you'll find it, on just the RMN Discord.
Excellent. That's the RPGmaker.net Discord for those who do not know. And that has been us. I am just now seeing Bart's, well, I already saw it, but Bart's photoshopped image of Hapoop just kind of having red glowing eyes, and this cannon is kind of, or this head cannon is kind of like growing. This dark universe version of the Hapoop, whatever, is coming to get me. So he should probably stay in the deleted game. So yeah.
This is my hero, Brian.
Yeah, he's kind of this is one that has like emerged from the wreckage of the hard drive incident.
Hardened, dark.
Sorry to get super dark there, but you know,
it's all right. It's all right. You know, behind me.
Hey, you can put it in the game if you want, but yeah,
Are you
I
sure?
might actually at this point.
I charge for my services. So yeah, thank you to our listeners for listening to RPG Maker Cola. I've been Cash. This has been the Hollow Project team, and yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.